Welcome to the first in a new series of videos for my channel on whiskey. Back in my teenage years, I had the good fortune to be given a glass of Macallan malt whiskey to sample, and that introduced me to a lifelong love of whiskey, and although not exclusively, Scotch single malt whiskey in particular. I even had the good fortune to work in the industry for a number of years and got the chance many times to visit distilleries, bonded warehouses and bottling plants to see behind the scenes of how this beautiful and historic beverage is crafted. Now, I am by no means an expert, just an appreciator, but I wanted to share some of my favourite drams and do some tastings for you. For the first in this series, I'd like to start with a new limited edition whiskey from one of my favourite distilleries, Benromach. The Benroich Distillery is located in Forres, in the beautiful region of Moray in the northeast of Scotland. Now, Moray is significant in the Scotch whisky world as the famous River Spey travels through it, and Speyside whiskies are a significant part of the pantheon of Scotch single malts. And I myself, although as I say not exclusively, favour Speyside malts quite a lot. The Benromach Cara Gold Malt is a limited release which I was lucky enough to pick up a bottle of in a recent trip to Scotland. It's a 76 centilitre bottle with a 46% alcohol by volume. So let's take a little look at the packaging and the bottle itself. So one of the beauties of whiskey, things I love about it is the packaging. This is the Cara Gold Malt box. Nice, beautiful gold colour they've managed to capture for the box. Let's just zoom in a little bit, see the labelling. Speyside Single Malt Scotch Whisky. Always a good sign. Just a little closer on the description. Bourbon casks. Cara Gold malted barley, specific kind of malted barley, which is what makes this a limited edition release. Just flipping it around, have a little look at the back. And the back labelling, made by hand, the Benromach way. So yeah, I absolutely love this. Beautiful. And the description of the distillery, and it is a very nice distillery. I have visited it. And let's take it out of the box then. Always a fun part, this. A great unboxing. So, just taking a little look at the actual bottle now. As you can see, I've already opened this one because I wanted to taste it before I did the review. But I will be doing a live tasting in a minute. So, a little closer look. Again, fantastic labelling, beautiful, just in common with most single malts. The bottling and labelling is a significant part of the experience. Pull it back a bit so we can see the whole thing. And another neat feature, which obviously you do get in a lot of bottling, is the Benromach Distillery embossing in the glass. So let's pour a little bit of this whiskey then and take a look at it. I'm using a Benromach Glencairn style glass to do this, which is one of the better glasses for doing such tastings, I believe. Ideally, I should also be doing this in a nice armchair by a log fire, but I don't have either of those, so we'll just my studio will just have to make do. So, we'll put a reasonable measure. So let's just take a little look at that. And as you can see, this has got a beautiful light gold colour. Benromach have combined in this instance the Cara Gold malted barley with their normally normal lighty peated malt that they use. I believe Cara Gold typically has a lighter colour than most malt. So as you can see, that is a very clear, beautiful gold colour. It's been aged for 11 years, this particular whiskey, in oak bourbon casks, first use casks. So now I'm not a trained tester, so this will be a very subjective tasting in my own imperfect words. So first of all, I'll get my nosing on. Okay, there's a very sweet and slightly citrusy aroma here. It's very warm and pleasant. Nice perfume, not overpowering, just very tasteful. Actually very pleasant indeed. So let's take a sip now. Well, it's smooth, as you would expect from a Speyside malt, of course. As for the aroma, there's certainly hints of citrus. It's quite creamy. There is also, though, a hint of a sort of a peppery edge, very slightly peppery edge too. So adds a little bit of a slight smoky edge to it. Very satisfying, and I like it a lot. But as for the finish, it goes down with a very sweet, smoky vibe. Very nice indeed. Great. A very satisfying malt, the Benroach Cara Gold Malted Barley Limited Edition. Very satisfying indeed. I'm going to look forward to finishing the rest of that later. Not the rest of the bottle, of course. Not tonight, anyway. To clear the palate for the next taste in a few minutes. So, I would highly recommend that, as indeed I would recommend Benromach. Great distillery, some fantastic whiskies. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little foray into whiskey videos. I will be doing more of these, exploring my collection of collectible whiskey and also doing some tastings. So look forward to that. If you did enjoy this, may I humbly ask that you press the like button and consider subscribing to see the rest of my content. Well, you can watch the rest of my content without subscribing, but it all helps with the algorithm. So till next time, please remember to drink responsibly, and lang may your lum reek. Take care.